The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. We're going to take a look here at the German DAX. So, by the way, folks, our guest today at the half hour will be Bill Chapman, Trend Reversal. And we will also try to have Bill Meridian on next week, very, very early in the week, hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Now, I did want to start out with the DAX here on the daily chart, so you can see that we've made a little bit higher retracement than the 382. But if you look at it here on the, remember, folks, a day before a holiday has a 75% chance of closing higher. So keep in mind that that this is a day before a holiday, so the odds of it going higher. It didn't look like it was going to be that way until we got that wonderful bullish jobs number, and then the fact that the Fed's put in another 2.3 trillion. And we went 70 handles down and 70 handles up. I will still say that 2770 is a very good spot to look at the S&P because of the fact that there's two serious numbers up there, and they could fail as always. But I would watch it very, very closely because it's an interesting pattern up in this area. We'll be able to see it now. The fact that we're coming in to this weekend here, that number is actually 2770. We got all the way down to 2700, and then this morning after the jobs number came out and the news about the Fed, the markets rallied right back up again. So we're going to see what happens. Let's switch over here to the home of old Boris Johnson, and you'll notice here that the FTSE is he's doing better, by the way. Which is good. That's good to hear that. At least that's what I heard last night. I don't know what it is this morning. And then if we look at the FTSE here on the other one, you'll be able to see here that it is also making a double top, just like we were doing in the DAX, if in fact that is in fact the case. So we'll do those one at a time. So hats off again to our good friend Shane Smolian, Wolf Trader. He was saying that they were going to come in with the big bullets, and they certainly have. The Fed is just pumping money into it. I guess everybody will receive a $10,000 check here within the next couple of days, and I'm sure they're probably going to go out and buy call options, which if they're smart, that's what I would do. So we'll see. Okay, Duffy, I love that song. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Another market that is really rocking and rolling, folks, is the crude oil market. Oh my goodness, we've had a tremendous move here in crude. Last night, I just wanted to show you. I'll just give you a rough idea of what we're looking at in crude. Do you believe we've had a $6,000 swing in crude oil last night? I mean, it's really amazing. It's just truly amazing how these markets are jumping around. So that's it. The meeting schedule for today, who knows what it'll be. The fact that it's Holy Week is a big surprise to me, but we'll have to wait and see. 10 a.m. Okay, we'll see what happens. But all I know is that things have really shut down here in Tucson, Arizona, folks. It's gotten a lot quieter than it has before. So we'll watch it very, very closely. Also, Tommy mentioned the fact that if you're a smoker, you really should use this time to stop smoking because the reports are that this is really bad for your lungs, even without the virus. But with the virus, it's got that old man with the sickle right behind it. Now, folks, we really need some white light for our good friend Mark Twentyman, Jim's brother. He's been in intensive care at death's door for 4 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today they're injecting him with his friend's blood. He's getting the antibodies from one of his buddies who he thinks he got the virus from. and they think that that might help him. But he's made it through every night when they thought that he never had a chance on Sunday night. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see that he can make it day to day and finally come pulling out of the area. He's got some underlying problems, but even that, you can pull out of it. So we'll see. But this is his last hope, is the antibodies, because the hydrochloroquine and the zithromycin has kept him alive, but it hasn't helped him get any better. So hopefully we'll see him move on a little bit better here down the road. Now, I wanted to bring one other thing up today, and that's one that we follow very closely, that we've been relatively negative on for quite some time, and then that is the Treasury bonds. As a matter of fact, I think with the Fed pumping that much money into this, folks, you realize that we own the Treasury bonds. The China is pretty much out of that Treasury bond market. It's pretty much they buy the Treasury bonds, and guess where they put them, folks? In the Social Security system. So everybody's long bonds, and they don't even know it. What a warm, cushy feeling. I think that's just really great. We'll walk on here and ask another question. Someone asked a question about the hogs. Folks, the hogs bottomed down around $44. They got up to 55 or something. We're trading around 51. Like I mentioned before, these markets that go limit up, limit down are very, very treacherous for even the most sophisticated traders. So that's why I sort of stay away from them, because I'll give you because someone asked me a question, I should give my opinion, but that's really all that I'm looking at. I don't look at it any more than that. I think it's important that, that when you're looking at these patterns, the patterns do three things for folks. First is they help give you the risk that you need. Second thing is they're predictable within limits. And third is they repeat over and over again. That's what they have going for them. And those are your three edges. And what you try to do is to, manage those edges, the best you can. So let's remember that. Okay, now, 877-927-6648. And as I mentioned, Bill Chapman will be our guest here today. Our guest tomorrow will be Ben Bernanke. Oh, wait a minute. We're closed tomorrow. April Fool. Okay. Fact is, I'm factually looking forward to a 3-day holiday. I won't have anything else to do but to do charts. Oh, by the way, good news. I have been working on a new way to get out the videos, and the videos soon, hopefully, are going to be longer and more descriptive of what we usually look at. So let's keep an eye on these things, and we'll see if these videos help a little bit more. So we're going to see. Let me take just a second. Well, I'll wait till the break and see what's going on. And one of the questions that someone else had was about the corn market. I think corn is in the process of bottoming. It's having trouble because of the ethanol problem that Rich Anderson mentioned to us. So let's pay very, very close attention to that. And we also want to keep a close eye on the crude oil itself, because crude oil is really, really rocking and rolling, folks. I know they're going to cut back. Well, I don't know, but I'm assuming they're going to cut back production, but it doesn't make any difference because people aren't driving anyway. Those of you that have been to Tucson to visit me, Carlos comes every Friday to do my car for the past 25 years, and he's only coming once every 3 weeks now because the car just sits in the garage. So anyway, let's take a quick look here at what we got. The something's beeping here. Yep, we just went above the that number we were looking at, which was 2770 in the S&P. We got up to 2780. And so that's going to be a real interesting one to look at. Also, we hit a real interesting possible move in the Australian dollar. We'll talk about that when we get back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, we'll be right back. Just 1 second here, folks. I wanted to mention to you that I posted a chart for the TBT. I posted the daily, and then right behind that, I posted the monthly chart showing you that used to be at $300. That ETF went all the way down to whatever it was, 14, 15, 12, whatever the price was. And you'll see that it's had one heck of a move. Now, even the 382 retracement on that would really be something big. So we'll keep a watch that as we always do. I know those are the, I have a very, very dear friend that uses the same phraseology at all time, and I'm doing the same thing, unfortunately, and that is, and we'll keep a close eye on it. Well, whatever that means, we will do that. So let's take a quick look here at the gold market. We've been talking about that for the last few days. For the last couple of days, we've been posting the fact that, we made that 78% level up at the 1742 level. We had really strong support, I called it minor support, but it was strong support because it took, several days to get down that $70. That was 2 times the harmonic number. 34 times 2 is 68. It dropped $70. Now we've rallied all the way back up to the 78% level at 1730, and we could easily go higher. The open interest is still dropping in both gold and silver. Used to be back in the old days, that was not very positive. But anyway, with the Fed in there doing what it's doing, everything is positive. So we'll see if we clear that 1750 in the gold, either today, tomorrow, or whenever it does. That sets up a really big assault at $1,931 an ounce that was made in August of 19 of 2011. We were in Hong Kong for a seminar, and I was interviewed by the European Wall Street Journal, Larry, the Asian Wall Street Journal, and I had shown some few charts that were posted in there that we were going to be looking at a top here at around $1,900 an ounce, and it certainly topped at $1,931. Again, the open interest was dropping. The market was going straight up, and then, of course, it flipped over. So open interest used to mean a lot. That's when economics meant something, but who knows whether we're going to be looking at that again or not. So bear with me here. There's another beeper going off, and that one is for the the euro's moving a little bit, but I don't think the euro is going to go very much. I actually don't even have a position in the euro. We bought some down there at that 108 level, and we got out of that at the 109 and changed the first day because it had such a big move. Just a second, folks. I have to change something here because the thing is set on the futures, and I do not want that to. Just a second here. It'll just take me 1 second. There we go. Turn it off. Okay. The beeper, my alert's going off, and I can't think. Well, I have a hard time thinking anyway. But when I have the alert going off, it really makes it a little difficult here. Okay, I want to just share with you, just for tickles and giggles. Let's just see what this is what the old AI was showing here for today. Get it up here. Take a quick look at it. And you'll see here that there's a possibility here that we might have a reversal sometime after the stocks open around 10 o'clock. So keep an eye on 10 o'clock. That's going to be a key time to watch whether this is going to be interesting or not. I still believe this area up here at that 2770 level, we're trading at 2783, should be important, but, maybe not. We could easily make 2820, but hey, folks, if this is a new bull market, Walter and I are going out into the desert, and I can take my little tiny program here and nip and tuck at them all day long, because I will quit giving my analysis of where I think the market's going, because I'm only right about 60% of the time. But this one would really startle me. That would tell me that the markets are truly manipulated. That someone has been trying to tell me that for a long time, but we'll see if that's going to be the case or not. So I'm not sure. We had a question about the hogs. I thought I mentioned to it. Let's get the chart up, and we'll be able to see where we are in the hogs, because they've had a pretty good run here. Oh dear, how am I going to do this without messing everything up? I think the only way I can do it is through the futures, and I'll just reiterate where we are with these other ones. Oh here they are. There we go. All right, let's get this up here. This was as of Friday, and as of this week, we've gone from this low we were looking at down there at 48.33. The low was 45.83. We were looking for 48. 80, and we went from 45.83 all the way up to I think we hit a high of 56, if I'm not mistaken, and now we're trading at around 51. The chart that I'm quoting there is the June futures contract. That's what we're looking at, the June futures. I know the spot is a little different, but that June is close enough for what I'm looking at to keep an eye on. I do watch the regular one, but that 1750 is a really key level up there, folks. In the I think it was somewhere around 1745 to. Well, it's in the newsletter. All you have to do is take a look at it, and you're going to be able to look at it. So we'll see. Most of the people here in Tucson are staying in. We went shopping yesterday for our elderly neighbors, Fred and June, and at 94. They weren't old when I moved here, but now they are. Anyway, we went to Costco, and I did the shopping. Actually got through pretty quick. It was really not too bad. Everybody was wearing a mask. And they even had toilet paper, believe it or not. And so they were out of all out of canned goods. The canned goods were pretty much gone, but the other stuff was the serious things that they needed. We were able to get for them. That was vodka, tequila, and beer. Okay, let's move on. And Another question is about the sugar. Sugar is still not in a buy. We're trading around 10.50. We got as low as $10 after being at 16 just a few weeks ago with that ABCD pattern, and that's pretty much what we're looking at. By the way, folks, if you get a chance, listen to Basil Chapman's show a week from, I think it comes in next Wednesday, I believe, on the 15th, I believe, is when it's going to be. You ought to listen to that, because when you get somebody that's going to give you a full day of his mind, I mean, you just don't get that, because I mean it takes a long time to prepare for a one-day seminar, and believe me, you're going to get a great deal of information and a lot of extra stuff. So don't miss Basil Chapman's. If you have an interest in trading the markets, you just can't get any better than that, you know. And also if Steve Rhodes comes in and does something like that, I mean, everybody here at TFNN tries to give some good information, and it's good that you try to support us, because it's or support Tommy. I don't have anything to do with it, but I think it's really good. And this den in here that we have, boy, we got some smart people in here. I have to say, my hat's off to you, because I watch the posts that you give, and it's really, really very, very interesting. All right, we're going to have, at the break coming up here in just a minute or two, we're going to have Bill Chapman of Trend Reversal, and I'm sure he'll have some good information for us. And then we'll see, let's double check to see if we're still running pretty good. We're still up around 2780. Just watch these at around 10 o'clock, folks. It's going to be interesting. 877-927-6648.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and unfortunately, we have a little bit of a technical difficulty trying to get in touch with Bill, so could be that the markets are just really active for him right now. If he calls in, that'll be great. If not, I'll continue on here a little bit. Let's take a quick look here oh, maybe he's here. Hopefully. Bill, are you there? Okay, I left a message and see if he'll give us a call too. So let's see if we can. We will talk just a tiny bit here about the U.S. dollar, folks, because I believe that the dollar here. Let's just take a look at it in the eyes of the euro, because I do believe the euro is heading lower. And if you'll notice, let's just get this chart up to take a look at it. We're going to see where we are right now. By the way, I just made a solemn promise to our good friend Shane Smolian, wolftrader.com, that if this is a new bull market, that I'll write a testimonial. But let me tell you, I would write a testimonial for him, even if it's not a new bull market, because he is one smart little fellow, and he really is does a great deal of work, and I'm very, very happy to have his acquaintance. So let's remember that. Now, you'll notice here on the euro, we had the big move up here at 115 level. We came all the way down to that 106 level. That was that's when we were making that double top in the dollar index. We rallied up to a 61% retracement. We came down to a 78% retracement. Now we're setting at a little 109. We're setting just about at that 109.30 level. So we'll be I'm not going to be watching it closely. Okay. Yes, he does do a tremendous amount of work, and it's high quality work. And the reason why I know it's high quality is because I talked to Alfie Lavoie from Air Software, who built all this program. I don't know if you know this or not, but Alfie Lavoie and Bill Meridian built that Alfie software that does everything with astrology. Oh my gosh, it does just about everything you can possibly think of. And the Foundation for the Study of Cycles tried to, duplicate it, but no one has actually been able to do that. Folks, I met Edwin Dewey, back in the early 70s when I started looking at cycles with the Hearst method. So I went back to Pittsburgh and visited he and Gertrude Shirk. And during that time, he mentioned to me, this was long before I was ever interested into astrology or not, he said, make sure you keep your mind open to the possibility of the astrology coming into play. And that was so much over my head. And being a good old Catholic boy, I was saying, oh, no, I'm not going to be the devil's advocate on this one. So we'll see whether that's going to be the case, if that's correct or not. Okay, Al said that lines have opened up a little bit. So if you're trying to get through, it's 877-927-6648. Let's watch that one really closely. I think it would be very, very important to watch it. Let's do one other one that I want to watch here, because we have the silver market is bouncing back. We're up at the 78% level. Remember, folks, that the 61% retracement in the silver market comes in at 1610. We're trading at 1570 or something like that. So that key number that we're watching in the gold up there at that 1750, 1748, I believe, is still active. And the reason why is that the June futures are different. There was some interesting information came across the tape last night that Rich Anderson sent to me, and that J.P. Morgan took deliveries of 3,700 contracts, and that was 2,000 contracts or 1,900 contracts more than allowed by law. And when I was at Drexel, I got fined. Oh dear, did I get bad fines, because I was trading large size and I would go over position limits and I would get a really bad fine. And finally, they hired someone to make sure that whenever I put a position on, that you were able to take it. Now, if the position limit was, say, 400 contracts, and you went over it by 405, they warned you. But if you went over it by 10%, boy, then you got a bad fine. It was like $5,000. $5,000 was a lot of money back in the 70s. So we'll keep an eye. Okay, we'll be watching here, folks. With the emotionalism of these markets is not to be taken lightly. I mean, when you can see the stock market, 70 points used to be a weekly range in the S&P. Now it's an hourly range. We go 70 handles down and 80 handles up. We've had a $7,500 move in the E-mini S&P today so far, and we're not over it. So these are not times for the faint of heart. You have to put stops in. Even if you've never used stops before, you should be really careful, because with the Fed in there, they can do anything. And we haven't seen any geopolitical stuff yet. I mean, this is stuff coming from the Fed. Bob's making a point here that the VIX is actually up. Now, you figure that one out, Bob. How can you get the VIX up with the market really, really strong? Maybe it's anticipating something. The VIX is usually not traded by, the neophyte traders. The VIX is traded by the, more experienced traders. So that's what's neither here nor there. So we'll see what's going on. Okay, let's see. I shorted the crude oil this morning. Let's see how that thing's working out. It made a beautiful 61% retracement. Let me double check to see what's going on. And it looks like it got out of that one break even. So we'll see what happens. And let's move on to the euro. Let's take a quick look here at this euro on a shorter term time frame, because we'll do it both ways since we've got the time here to do it, because we did take out that high. Let's get this up. You'll notice here that the crude's had a $6,000 move already today. So you'll notice here, folks, that we went down and we rallied up to a 61, missed it by about 20 pips, came down to the 78% level down there at 107.70, and now we're rallying up to the 109.30 level. I believe that that's going to be a very interesting place to look at it here. The 61% retracement on that is 110. Remember, this is a day before the holiday, and so the markets are going to be pretty active, I would believe. In the rest of the world, a lot of the world does not. Most of the world does observe Easter, but they'll be trading Sunday night, I heard, on the Merc. So we'll see if that, in fact, is going to be true or not. We'll do one of these things at a time. Also, there is a chart that I'm doing for the Japanese yen. Those of you that subscribe to the 24/7, I sent out a special video on that. And it is really an interesting pattern. We've been in this really, really tight trading range in the Japanese yen, and that used to be the risk on, risk off, but that doesn't make anything. The risk on, risk off now is with the Federal Reserve Board, so that's neither here nor there. So we'll pay attention to that as we go through and look at some of these other charts. Someone's asked me to take a look at the platinum chart, and I certainly will. And when we get back, the market will be closed tomorrow. We should open the den just to chat together and stuff, because I'll be in here because I have nothing to do during the days now. Well, the good part is there's some good news and bad news in this. First of all, they canceled Ancient Aliens on Friday, but they moved it to prime time on Saturday. So Saturday is my time to visit with the ETs. 877-927-6648. I think Groundhog Day was a long time ago, Duffy.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the Tax Opportunity Zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Trading Hour with Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Next.
Okay, folks, I've been asked to take a look at RLC. I don't know what it is, but I posted the daily and weekly charts on it, and it's had a heck of a correction from 140 down to 20. I wouldn't touch that. You can see the quadruple top that was up there. That's on that weekly chart at 135. Boy, that had to be really be a believer in that stock to be a buyer up in that area, but it's had a pretty big break. He's asking a question about the cup and handle. I really don't do the cup and handles, and it's really surprising. The first first date my daughter Jill had was with Bill's son. Hold on just a second. We've got another call coming in. Hopefully it might even be Bill Chapman is on the line. He's in the house. Bill, how are you?
Very good, Larry. How about yourself?
Very good. Can you give us some information about what the heck is going on? 70 handles up, 70 handles down.
Well,
my 400-day moving average is going berserk. What's up, buddy?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time looking through into my crystal ball to find out what's going on in the marketplace. Well, last time I was on your show was on the 19th of March, and I made a couple of prognostications. And one of them was the fact that I said I was going to make the argument that we are at or near the bottom if the bottom didn't hit yesterday. And I was 2 days off. And the market has just moved right up since. What we had, yeah, just about. What we have here, this was the tip I gave for the day for the spiders, the projected high and the projected low. And what I wanted to do, and what's going on in the market here, is that they're realizing, yes, there is a bottom in place. One of the things that we had discussed last time was the VIX. And I wanted to get into a discussion about the VIX in particular because the VIX is simply a number. It doesn't measure volatility. But there's a great, the VIX is... It measures the implied volatility of the near-term options, index options. So it produces a specific answer to the question of whether my options, are they selling at a discount or a premium? And it's not based on the Black-Scholes models. There's three measures that are used. And it's essentially, there's a time value, there's a implied value, and there's also, and I don't have it right off the top of my head, but it's basically a way in which you can get a good idea of the value of whether your things are expensive or cheap. Now combine that with the skew, which measures the tail end of the options, the out of the money options, while the VIX measures the in the money options. If you lay the one line chart above the other, you get these signals of when to buy and sell the market, and especially when you get this divergence happening in the marketplace. So if all of a sudden the skew is going down, but the market's going up, you get a cross here, you're getting a sell signal. Skew's coming up, market's moving up. Again, skew comes in, crosses, there's downside action. But the particular thing that you really want to look for is when everything's moving in sync, it's fine. But once you start getting a divergence between the VIX and the skew, then you're headed for trouble. And this was one of the major indicators that I used for myself and for the people that my client base, to tell them to start, watching the market very carefully here, because we've got a major divergence and we're going to come in. But what we're witness to now with the market going up the way it is that, as I mentioned on the last time we spoke, there's a ton of money out there just sloshing around with nowhere to go. And we've seen most recently that the banks are currently unwilling to give up treasuries that they're sitting on. And they're just holding out in cash. So it's funny, people have been talking, and I believe the gentleman you had on yesterday was talking about the repo funding and how it's gone down from 87 billion to 31 billion. April Fool's Day, there wasn't any repo funding, I think maybe to $2 billion, because the banks are unwilling to come to the table and divest themselves of high-yielding treasuries, currently high-yielding treasuries that they have on their books, to the Fed for cash. They're currently in a nice stable cash position right now. But what we've seen is a market that has come down, tested, it's put in an island reversal in the S&P, and we're coming up upon 200-day moving averages that the fund managers look for as a determination to make a move into the marketplace. We have, by my calculations from yesterday, we have 711 points on upside in this market. We've got to get through the level of 3069, and if we can clear that, 3411 is next.
That'd be a new high.
That's going to be a new high. Okay. So those are the numbers that I'm looking for. We don't go up in a straight line, but the thing about the market now, and with the programs and the computers running the arena, is that the element of time has been compressed. Normally, 6-month corrections are now taking a month. Just look at the fourth quarter of December 2018, and you can see the way we came in from October right down into Boxer's Day, and in less than a month, we were right back to where we were. And this is the velocity of money worldwide. because money never sleeps.
Bill, we have a question. Could you explain what the skew is again that you were talking about when you were describing the volatility index?
Yeah, well, the skew, it's an index derived from the price of the S&P 500 tail risk. Now, tail risk is calculated by out-of-the-money options. So a value of 100, it's usually valued around 100. That's equilibrium. Anything above 100, your tail end skew, things are expensive. Anything below 100, things are cheap, things are on sale. And as of recently, as you can see from the chart up, that we've been down to 113.10 on the skew. Things are pretty cheap out there in the marketplace. And money has to go to work. You can't be a mutual fund out there and be sitting on cash. Your money has to be out there and in the market and working. Larry, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Hey, listen, thanks for joining us. We'll have you on again soon, and have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you later in the month. How's that?
That sounds great, Larry.
You bet. You bet. Bill Chapman, Trend Reversal, folks. 877-927-6648.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I posted a chart requested by the, I did a short-term 15-minute on the euro showing that 61% pullback, and then also looked at the daily, so we are moving in ABCD higher up here, probably another 50 pips. It'll be very close to look at that euro, especially when we come in after the holiday. I believe the markets will be trading Sunday night, as I recall, but I could be wrong about that. So we'll see. But Monday they're supposed to be closed. But again, I'm not sure. We'll have that answer for you by the time that we're looking at it. So let's pay attention. I was finishing the story about Bill O'Neill, because we all lived in Westlake Village. His office was down in the marina, and I would go down there and look at the daily charts, because we didn't have charts on most of the commodities. All we had was Commodity Perspective. So I would go down there and visit him and Al McGuire, who was his number one guy that ran the whole place. And of course, I don't know if you know this or not, but Bill bet everything that he had. I mean, everything that he had to go against the Wall Street Journal when he started Investors Business Daily. He borrowed all the money he could from his family and friends. He went all in, and it was either make it or break it, and he did it. He made it to be the number. It's better than the Wall Street Journal. So my hat's always been off to him. But a funny story, when his son came to have the date with it was a little dance that they had there in Westlake Village, and he came, I think Joe was 13, and he came to the door. I was cleaning one of my shotguns. I had just been out skeet shooting, and as a matter of fact, Byron was there, and I was cleaning my shotgun, and I went out, and there was I opened the door, and there he was, and he turned white as a ghost. He was so scared, and I started laughing. I said, "No," I said, "I'm just cleaning this." I said, "It's really no big deal." I just hear my beepers going off at $570 for old Tesla. Take a look at that stock, folks. That's at an interesting spot for Tesla. Don't have time to do it right now, but that beeper is going crazy. So we're at 570. So we'll see what that means. So listen, we're coming to the end of the show here. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and happy holidays to everyone. Be safe.